Greetings, family. I just wanted to come back in. You know, guys know that I visited the FDMG Academy. I was very proud. I had a very emotional moment while I was down there. And I'm just thankful. You know, I'm just thankful to see it come to fruition. I'm thankful that the brother was able to stay on and see it through. You know, and it just, I don't understand why we don't understand as a collective that we're connected. We're energy connected. We are frequency connected. We're connected to the universal thread. Whether you see each other or not, whether we stand in the same space, whether we share time and attention, time and space, we're connected. You know, and I'm just sourcing him powerful energy and continued protection and endurance, because I just know that it's difficult. You know, and as a minister of learning and development, and I work on this training and development piece around our social behaviors, it's difficult. Because if you're coming at it from that way, then you are in ego and you don't have a full AfriKAN-centered, matured consciousness. A matured, fully grown African consciousness. You're still black fisting and doing on the theatrics. You don't understand the mechanism of what it would require to help African people in the dire state that we're in. It says to me that you don't even understand the level of the dire state that we are in. That you would make it, is so many people who, I'm an academic, so I'm here for the debate. I'm here for the discord. I'm here for the inquiry and the discussion. I'm here for all of that. But the things that I saw was venom, attacks, name calling, disrespect, right? In our community, we don't do that. We don't just be out here. There's people there are people in our community who are suffering from real serious sicknesses who do bad stuff in our community. And we don't take the stand against them the way we have taken the stand against this brother and the work that he's doing. Now, mind you, he's a human. And he errs, and he has erred, and we all do. And let he without sin cast the first stone. But that particular work that he's doing, if you understand the circumstance that we're living under, and you understand the need for decolonizing your African mind, you understand, see, I'm all about the practical application. So what he is doing, let me be very clear, I'm not speaking for Dr. Umar. I'm not his spokesperson. I haven't been given permission to speak on behalf of FDMG Academy. I am simply a concerned African, a part of this community. We all a part of the thread. I've been to the academy more than once. I've been following and supporting and lifting up the good brother and buying his materials and volunteering and doing all the things over the years, as my life circumstance and situations could afford me the flexibility to be able to make myself available to do so. But regardless to that, what he's doing, and I understand the need for what he's doing, I'm gonna get behind that. And I can't understand anyone who wouldn't want to. Someone who, simply because of the sickness in our community of anti-blackness that shows up as self-hatred in African people, you would want to be in opposition of the brother. In other communities, you do not see them sit nobody out in their community and put them on blast. You know why? Because they understand the optics. See, when we do stuff like that, we look confused, disheveled, in disarray, and it's easy to just, blow a little tiny wind towards us and just mess our whole situation up. We look like a house of cards. Little wind come, knock us down. Come on. That means you don't understand the magnitude. And a show of force, a unified show of force, would be helpful to us in so many spaces and places. That alone could have moved us forward in so many spaces and places. But everyone wants to be exalted. Everyone wants to be the one. Everyone wants the attention. Let me ask you a question. Since I'm someone who has managed $1 million budgets, since I'm someone who has managed and developed staff and teams, when was the last time any of these people that be talking all of that smack When was the last time you managed $1 million budgets? When was the last time you understood contract negotiations? I'm not talking about your cell phone bill. I'm talking about procurement and accounts payable. Corporate, functional, organizational structure that makes something work in harmony. The things that in our community we don't have, because we be riding by the seat of our pants all the time and our stuff just be falling apart, just as raggedy as it can be, but we be throwing it out there like, hey, this is what I got. Take this. Because that's how we serve each other. Because that's what we produce, because we don't have the faculties. Because we haven't decolonized our African mind, and all we trying to do is get for ourselves. See, I've tried to work with our people. I've been working with our people. Taking hits left and right, left and right, left and right. Losses, constantly over and over. And in service. And guess what our people do? They take and run. We haven't developed the concept of Ubuntu. We are operating out of what we were created to operate as. And you know what that is? Scavenger, animal, behaving out of reflex. And that's how we behave. And this is why we are going at the heels of the brother who getting the meal. That's why. Instead of saying, let me come over there and lay a brick. You know what, I can do this, I can do that, I have this, I have that. Let me come over there, let me see, can I put in a screw? You don't have to hang the roof. Maybe all you can do is put in a screw. Do it. Of good nature, of good spirit, of good consciousness, of good energy, of good frequency. This is what is called a practical learning tool. Experiential learning. As a community, I even told you guys when Kamala Harris was running for president, I told you guys that you should have come together, block voted, twisted her arm and made her give you an anti-hate bill for your vote. While she ran, an innocent man was put to death. I'm just saying. If you want to wield your hand of power, then wield your hand of power and do it as a collective. And you guys have not been able to show that in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is why, as Minister of Learning and Development and your Pan-African Transformational Coach, I'm here to tell you that African people are not on track for harmony and working together. We're not. Because we haven't laid a strategy for it. It's not going to just accidentally, possibly, maybe we'll fall into it and it's going to happen. It requires consistent, sustained, and committed. Consistent and sustained, committed behaviors and actions over the course of time. It doesn't have to take 100 years. It took Singapore how long? It took Jews how long? It took China how long? It doesn't have to take us 100 years. The issue is Christian Bible, Israelite Bible says, we are stiff-necked people. Grandma said you're hard-headed. You're hard-headed. And I'm not, and to tell you the truth is to demonstrate truth and love towards you. I'm not going to sugarcoat that thing for you. That doesn't work for me. And I've actually experienced the levels of sickness that our people have. Our sickness makes us dangerous. I've experienced our behavior. Okay? So to build a school as a community is a experiential learning piece that demonstrates to us that we can collectively come together, right? Come on now, UJAMAA. Collective economics come together and produce. We've already done that. We did it with Wall Street. Black Wall Street and all the black-owned, African-owned towns that we, after 1865. But guess what? The reason for us coming together today is not the same as the reason for us coming together before. See, coming together today is for our survival. It's for our energy healing, our spiritual healing, our community healing, and for our children and future. See, we came together before because we literally had nowhere else to go. We were trying to live, and that was it. We were just trying to live. So we came towards each other. We had no choice. Everything else was barred. Nobody wanted to deal with us. And that was a wonderful place for us to be. It was a wonderful opportunity for us to exercise self-efficacy. And we didn't look towards anybody else because their ice was colder than ours. See, we have sustained the trauma from the pain and the harm and the terror attacks that we experienced after 1865. And because we have all that trauma, we now have the worst case of self-hatred that operates as a mechanism against our greatest interests. It's important that this school get built, and there's no reason that it should have taken the brother this long to do it, because there's enough people in our community for that to have been already done, which says to me that all that black power, all that dashikis and all them locks and all them shea butters and oils and all that conscious music and all that talk you talking, it's just talk you talking. That's all it is. It's just talk you talking. You don't really believe that African people gonna make it. That's why you're trying to get you something and tuck you something. Tuck and grab a little tuck something. That's what you're doing. So don't be fronting. Don't be fronting, and don't be out here beguiling the people and poo-pooing the people. Because it's a lie to say we good, because we not. We not good. And I've been telling you this, African, for the past 10 years. The house is on fire. I've been telling you this for the past 10 years, that the house is on fire. See, people can't operate a certain kind of way in my space, which is why they become dangerous. Which is why the sickness, it just eats off their flesh in the space of righteousness, upright, balance, and order. People who are, your minds are now discombobulated to you have to see confusion in order to feel comfortable. It is order. It is an experiential learning. It is an actual teaching tool. I do lots of experiential learning mechanisms within my coaching, within my workshops. We do a lot of it because I need you to be in practice so that when it happens to you in the real world, you know you have a faculty and a toolkit. It also accelerates your learning process to have already done it before you actually are in front of wherever you need to be to have it done. So we do a lot of experiential learning. The issue is your mind needs to be centered on African centeredness. You definitely need to go ahead and deal with that miseducation of the Negro. Get into that psychology and sociology and behavior. Get into those Marcus Garvey morals, the moral philosophy of an African. Get into it. Because if you're not making that your fabric, all that there you talking to me, I'm not trying to hear none of it. And I'm going to put you right down. I'm going to slot you right over there with the sickness. I'm going to slot you. I'm going to write on your chart, ill, follow up. I don't care how much bells and whistles and clap it ups and ribbons and names and alphabets you may have behind your name. There's a very strict protocol for the process of healing. Very strict protocol. There's no gray areaing. We've been gray areaing for 120 years and look where it's gotten us. We are complicit in what we have created here. We're not just being mistreated. We've created this space because we were not mature. We didn't have a mature, centered, African-centered consciousness. We thought that we could finagle and hobnob and get us a better seat in the master's house. Because that's what most of us want. Most of us ain't out here trying to create no liberation for no African people because they don't believe that it's possible. They don't believe it's possible. That's a lie. And I'm going to teach you how to do lucid dreaming so that you could reawaken your consciousness so you can dream in wholeness of the African Center. See, I can do that for you. Listen, family, I was at FDMG Academy today. I'm blessed. I'm thankful that the brother has made it, has been the driver for that project for us. I'm glad that he stood in integrity with his word. That's all I ask. Africans, stand in integrity with your word. When you say X, do X. Follow through, see it through to the end. We don't need to leave behind a trail of broken hearts. We don't need to continue to be, when we look at each other, we see a lack of integrity. We see brokenness. We see something that didn't follow through. We see a liar. That's what we continue to have. And we have perpetuated that behavior within our community, that nobody else did that. We did that to ourselves. So I am really in gratitude that he followed through with his word. All the shenanigans and all the fun and laughter and all that, because we are human. But at the end of the day, the work got done. And it stands as a testament to what is possible. What is possible. Because we are going to need to reconfigure our consciousness so that we can then begin to dream in independence. We got to get rid of them crutches, because some of y'all enable each other. If y'all deflect, if y'all don't think it's possible for yourself, then you deflect your insecurity and inadequacy onto others. I don't take it. I don't wait for permission. I get up and I go do it. And once I get down there and people make things happen and people don't make things happen, and people supposed to be there to open the door, and people supposed to be carrying this, and people supposed to be following through with that, and when they don't, and things don't happen, you need a mechanism. Because this whole thing in the matrix is based on a domino effect. You need a mechanism. This one knocks this one down, knock that one down, knock that one down until you get to your destination. That's how they set the matrix up. So when there's a clog in the circumstance because somebody didn't follow through with doing what they say they were going to do, then that stops work. Then there's a stoppage. Unfortunately, as African people, it's deny, delay, distract. The master does that to us because they know we don't have deep pockets. They know eventually we're going to wane in attention. We're going to wane in energy. We're going to wane in focus. They know that. And we've learned to do that to each other. So for that, I'm lifting this brother up to the highest. And I'm just thankful that the ancestor, me and my family, we have supported this brother. And we're going to continue to support this work. Because somebody got to do it. Africa, somebody has to do it. And we can do without. If you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Don't add the negative energy. If you're too immature to step outside of your ego, if you're too ignorant to step outside of your unknowing, instead of asking questions, you're making accusations and calling names, you can stop that. Because what you could do is ask some questions for clarity, if clarity is what you actually wanted. No, what you really wanted is you want to create confusion. And you want to keep up mess, which is a disease that needs to be dealt with in our people. Because we have overexposure to foolishness. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. So because you have nothing constructive to do to lay bricks towards African sovereignty, what you're doing is you're picking up foolishness and then you're spreading that foolishness to other Africans. I wish we would stop that. I wish we would really stop that. Be confident in your screw. If all you is working with is a screw, be confident in that. You're not going to erect a monument. You're not. You don't have the skills, you don't have the insight, you don't have the fortitude, you don't have the community, you don't have the ability, and that, guess what? The ancestors didn't tap you for that. Focus on what the ancestors tapped you for. And if the ancestors tapped you to lay a screw, lay that screw and be so happy and proud about it. And stop looking down at somebody else as being covetous. Oh, that covetousness is just, ooh. That covetousness is, whoo. I done had people try to whole source my energy, whole clone me, trying to source my energy. You're not the speaker. You're not the energy. You're not the passion. You don't know how I got here. I can guarantee you, you wouldn't want to deal with 2% of what I have gone through to get here. You wouldn't want to. Want to? You couldn't. You got swept away a long time ago. So stop trying to skip steps and just do your work. Lay your screw, wear it with confidence. Decolonize your African mind and source good, positive energy into our space, because that's what we need. We don't need no more of that nasty venom. It's enough of it here. We get enough of it from the other man. We don't need it from the brother man. Come on, family, let's get it together. Yo, Sister Nephra, I'm thankful for you coming back to the Keys of Soul Powerhouse. We're going to continue to drill down on these African Centered life skills. And I hope you really get called forward with something that I'm offering, because it comes from my heart. I want you to know that. Everything I'm sharing, everything that I say, it comes from real experiential learning. I've done the work. And I'm here to tell you, you're not going to find none like me, because I actually live the integrity of this work. For real, for real. And it causes me a lot of problems, a lot of places I go, because people out here gray areaing. Bottom line. Their hearts, spirits, and energy is not in it. It's a shtick for them. But you know what? I'm here for the next generation. I'm here for our people so that they know what the difference is, so that they can feel the energy, because it's really a frequency. You really can't copy it. You can wear all the hair, all the clothes, all of this, all the credentialing. You can do all of that stuff. You can try to be in front of the room creating Shazam and pizzazz. I don't have to do any of that. When I deliver speech, I'm still. There's stillness in my space, because I'm cultivating and I'm moving energy. And I'm allowing myself to be the vessel. Oh yeah, in obedience. And there's nothing you can do. I can tell you this because you cannot duplicate it. See, they do it in churches all the time at revival, but it's a pseudo. It's not real. It's not real. It's fake. Listen, African, peace, power, and blessings. Thank y'all for coming back into the Keys of Soul Powerhouse. Continue to come back here. We're going to continue to grow this effort, continue to grow this community. I'm looking to create community. I'm looking to create a bunch of people because you need critical mass in order to create social change. Critical mass to create social change. So everywhere that I've been in service, it's not about doing something to get something. But as African people, we are together as a thread. So if I give you in reciprocity, it is your duty to give to me. That's just balance. That's just how it works. That's just netter. That's how it works. So when you don't look at me telling me what you're supposed to give without the spirit of wanting to get a return. That's a lie. That's out of imbalance. That's out of balance. If I give to you, you should be giving to me. So there's many people who have great debt to the giving that I've given to them. But you know what? When that olive branch breaks and it's done, it's done. And I move on. Thanks to the ancestors, thanks to the Most High, there's 9 billion people on the planet. And I will continue to do this work because it is my designation. My spirit was called to it. I didn't go willingly either, but I'm here now. I hope to see you again soon. Please come back and share. Leave a comment, like, share the environment with others. Leave your comments, how you feel about it. What can we do to actually do the work so we can get better? What can we do? Do you know? If you know what we can do, if you have a full, matured, African-centered consciousness, what are your suggestions? If you don't have a full, mature, African-centered consciousness, what are you doing to get better? What do you feel you need to mature? What is the environment of safety and community? Because this is a growing environment. I'm out for real this time, guys. Peace and blessings. See you next time.
This year, blessings, money, testimony. Go to follow you they go.
This year, good news, yeah, plenty balling. Go to follow.